Hello, my absolutely brilliant and beautiful astrology soulmates, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of May 12th, going all the way to the 18th, where woof, this week is a week. It is a week. We have got the full moon starting us out this week, and it's not just any full moon. This is a full moon in Scorpio. So when we're talking about having one of the most powerful lunations of the year, where we are confronting power, we are confronting transformation this week, when we are looking at what is being revealed to us that has been hidden and keeping us from our own inner authority. Some of this stings. It really stings, but it's also going to be the thing that sets you free. You know how they say first it'll set you free, but first it's going to piss you off. There's definitely a fair amount of that in the air this week. Now, in astrology, timing is absolutely everything. So there are timestamps in the description box down below for you, so you can go to the individual day that you would like to check in on and see what's going on in the vibration. So make sure you click down there and check it out. While you are down there, the Venus Reset program is still open for you. And man, oh man, this week, if it doesn't make it solid to you that going to your soft, going to where you are magnetic and attracting things to you, if it doesn't make it clear to you this week, I don't know if it will ever make it clear to you. So you just click down there, you can jump into Venus Reset. And if you're one of our newer friends, definitely make sure you grab the free Unlocking Astrology Guide to get you started. All right, friends, grab your own particular natal chart, because remember, the best astrology is your astrology. So you've got to have your natal chart to see where these aspects are happening in your chart, so you can really take juicy advantage of it. If not, it's just a general reading. It might feel nice to you, but you're not doing yourself the best service, because you're not going to really be getting what's on the docket for you. Okay, like I said, this is a full moon week. I've got the whole week pulled up here. I absolutely love it. And there are these revelations at this full moon right here on Monday. You know, it's demanding change for us. The things are being revealed to us. And we've known they've been coming around the mountain for a minute. You know, they've really been being kind of pushed up through us to the surface, you know, because it's like, what is this wound that's healed? What's this information that is down here? Because it needs to be healed. Something is asking to end and to die off. And it's around power. It's around intimacy. It's around shared resources. It's around emotional patterns. It's around avoidance. You know, maybe you find yourself this week here on Monday, you're like, I am feeling more and more like I need to say something. I've literally been holding it back, or I've been thinking over and over again, no, I shouldn't say that because it's going to rock the boat. Maybe there's an emotional debt, and it's time to be letting that go because it's only keeping you trapped. Whatever it is, as we're here on Monday and we start to experience this particular lunation, man, it has got our attention, okay? Now, we're also still under this vibration here as we're coming in Monday of the Mars and Pluto opposition that has been going on for quite some time. Pluto is also retrograde at this time. But the energy of that Mars-Pluto that is still playing out is no joke, and it has been no joke. For some of us, what it's really done is, again, put a bit more pressure into this space where we have these deep wounds around control or authority. One thing I think that it has absolutely done, especially since Pluto is retrograde at this time, is it's called us back to our nervous systems. It's called us back to the soft, right? Where is your nervous system saying in your body, I can't keep going at this pace. I can't keep going like this, right? Some of those whispers rising up to the surface. It's been really, really impactful. Now, again, I've said it in the other videos as well, but I want to also have a full acknowledgement that for some of you, and I do see you, absolutely, this aspect of Mars and Pluto has had you thriving. You have been honest. You have done that inner work. You are choosing more aligned actions. You are moving out of burnout. You are moving out of that shadow projection. I just want to say that I see you, and that this aspect has been tough, but it can really manifest in two different ways, just depending on where we're at in our experience base, okay? So on Monday, we're dealing with that energy of the full moon, confronting that power, doing those material and emotional patterns of paying back the debts that are energetically there. Now, we're also going to have, though, on Monday, we're going to have that Mercury is in a square to Pluto, who's retrograde as well. And if you haven't already watched your full moon in Scorpio video that I did separately, I'll make sure I put it at the end of this video so that you can check it out, okay? Because that A Mercury connection to Pluto here can be obsessive. Our minds here on Monday, we're already feeling the vulnerability. We're feeling some energy that is maybe tense or a bit more pressure, as it's certainly palpable as we come in on Monday. And now we've got this mental processing energy, and it's obsessive, right? I can be revealing places where manipulation has been a part of the story, whether I'm doing it or someone else is doing it. It's going to be an energy where I can be a bit more paranoid as well. Like paranoia can be very real under that Mercury Pluto, but it's also a confrontation because Pluto is retrograde with where I'm confronting power dynamics that are internalized. They're internalized, right? A conversation. Maybe somebody puts out a piece of content, or they have a conversation with you, and it really triggers you off, and you find out that at a societal level, this is a story that you've been telling yourself, or you've been in a power dynamic with, right? And what happens is there's some clarity that comes with it, and you're like, whoa, do I really even think that? You're having to look at yourself and say, is that what I actually believe? Or is that what worked in society or worked in this group for a time and it doesn't really work here anymore? It's a really, really interesting energy that you're going to work on. And this is all kicking off for us here on Monday. Now, at the end of the day, when we get to 11:36 p.m., so very, very late in the day, heading into our Tuesday energy, we're going to see that the moon comes into a trine with Saturn here before it's going to head into its void of course time. Now that's 11:36 p.m. Mountain time, so Colorado time, just to be clear there. Now, as we're seeing the moon have this last aspect to Saturn, we're going to take that energy into our void of course time. So where we have the moon and Saturn come together, we're going to go, okay, well, now wait a minute. I can get a little bit more serious here. I can have a little bit more faith. I can tap a bit more into these emotions, right? I'm going to be able to tap into these emotions and take them a little bit more serious. Look at the narrative that's running behind the scenes and seeing why it's getting me to react. And is it true that that's what I want? I've been avoiding something for months, and now I'm able to have the courage to pull it up or to bring it to my attention. So I think that when we look at Monday in general, and then the fact that you're taking that in the wee hours and early into Tuesday with you into the void of course, it's a great day for, first of all, letting things go. It's a great day for going a little bit deeper and telling the truth, or journaling, letting whatever's trying to come out, especially of your words, let those things be put out and on paper. Now, as we're coming just after we get to this 1:34 a.m. Mountain time, and we see the void of course ending and the moon shifting into that vibration of Sagittarius, and this is here on Tuesday, we've had all of this depth through the weekend, and Monday there has been a lot of depth going on, and that's really good. It's powerful, it's beautiful, but we see the moon shift into Sagittarius, and we can kind of breathe a little bit because Sagittarius is going to go a little bit lighter right now. But Sagittarius, where it's brilliant when the moon is here, is that emotionally, we're ready to, first of all, be a little bit more hopeful, but Sagittarius wants to take emotionally what we've learned or what we've seen and to expand across our horizons. It wants to travel. It wants to go on the adventure of learning about what we've learned emotionally, right? The learning, the forming a new philosophy, the looking at the meaning behind it, to seeing the bigger picture about it. This is actually the adventure of the Sagittarius moon, right? It's not in the arrival, it's in the journey that we're taking. So this is a great day for adventure. First of all, whatever adventure means to you. Scorpio moon probably brought up a lot of things, so you can adventure with that at an emotional level. It's a great day for psychological things. It's a great day for philosophical things. It's a great day for actual adventure, where maybe you go take a walk around with a friend or something like that. You're just going someplace so that you can change your perspective. You want to get a wider perspective in some way. This is a great day for this. And the question I would leave you with here on Tuesday is, based on what you've seen over this last couple weeks, what are you seeing emotionally for yourself? What belief needs to be shifted in order for you to live in a real truth right now? Tuesday is a great day for exploring that. Explore all the perspectives, and that energy is going to carry us, right? You've got that question to work with all the way through Wednesday. Now, when we come in here and we're getting into Thursday, we're going to see that the moon is going to get ready here Thursday to shift into this vibration of Capricorn. We're going to have another void, of course, but the moon is going to get ready to shift. So we've got 2 really solid days of being in that Sagittarian question. Okay, so then we arrive here on Thursday and we've got this moon void, of course. It's just going to go from 11:28 a.m. to 12:57 p.m. again, Mountain Time. So in that void, of course, time, rest, be still, be easy. Then the moon shifts into Capricorn. And as the moon comes into Capricorn, we kind of pool our resources together a bit, right? We have a little bit more, we're a little bit more reserved emotionally. The question becomes emotionally, what do I need to do in order to be successful here? What do I need to start? I'm grounded again. This is very Capricorn energy, is getting grounded. Okay, I'm ready to commit to something. I'm ready to take on that responsibility. So if you do have things that you're like, listen, I just need to write this paper. I just need to write this paper. I just need to pay this bill. Or you have to do something that requires a lot of emotional maturity and being able to make it through. Thursday is your day. It's a lot more grounded. You're not so much in the reflection of things. You're in the reflection of being honest about what needs to be done for you to be emotionally sane, happy, and healthy and free. I want free for you. And you're able to take it on, I think, with a bit more ease. Now, this energy is also going to follow us all the way through Friday. So I would love for you to consider Thursday and Friday as my Capricorn freedom days. It's discipline that is going to get me to freedom. And we'll actually have that energy through most of the day here on Saturday as well. Now, when we get later in the day, so we're going 4:30 p.m., again, Mountain Time, we're going to see that the Sun and Uranus come together in Taurus. And if you watch your full moon and Scorpio video, you could see they were inching in together, bringing a little excitement to the table. And watcha, they've come together. We've got a Kazemi. They're working on being together. Okay, so whenever Uranus gets involved, we're going to expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. This is the first message I have for you Saturday, is expect the unexpected. Now, I love this because it can be unexpected breakthroughs. It can be unexpected opportunities that come to the table. It could be a revelation. It's all possible. But that phrase where they say, you know, you have to be flexible like the reed so that you can bend and not break. Whenever Uranus gets involved, we need to be flexible. You don't want to break. You don't want to be snapping off, be so dry, so rigid that you can't go in a new direction. But stay flexible, especially as it's coming together with the Sun. This is around your identity, your values, your money, your sense of self-worth, your sense of ease, your sense of embodiment. This is all very Taurian kind of energy. This is happening in an earth sign, in a fixed earth sign, no less. So whatever changes are happening, it might be very material. For some of you, this will really be the time where I think it becomes absolutely clear to you that you've got to find a way to do your own thing financially. You've got to find a way to be in less stress and more peace. These are going to be really big concepts that come up for you. I think this is going to be for many people as well to the other side, where there's really this exploration of feminine energy. What does this look like currently in my life? Or am I always in the masculine? Right? And this is for men and women. Like, where is the natural balance of who I am as a person? And am I honestly living it? Do I have any idea what that even is? So this is going to be an energy here, but it's time to liberate you. That's the point. As Uranus and the Sun come together, it's a liberation, but it can come with a jolt because Uranus is like zizzle, you know, it just kind of snaps us and it's electricity. I love the way Rick Levine describes it. He's like, if you've been on the fence about anything, when Uranus contacts that planet, it's going to zap you like a lightning bolt off the fence. So what have you been on the fence about? Now, on the same day, we're going to see that just a few hours later that Mercury comes into a square with Mars, and this is going to be about 9:35 p.m., so later in the day. Mercury-Mars can trigger your mouth, right? Like you do it, you say it, or you make an impulsive decision. Something comes out of your mouth, and it's more of it's warrior energy. It's definitely warrior energy, but you can choose. This is why we gather for astrology, to use it wisely. Know that this aspect is coming. Know that we have come in this week in a pretty vulnerable position, which is beautiful because we're becoming empowered. I love that for us. But this is also a time where I would suggest don't send that text in anger. Don't, write it if you need to and delete it. But I would say write it. Write it on paper. Don't write it on the internet because Uranus is still at play here and you'll be like, oh, I wrote it. I feel so much better. I was never going to send it. And Uranus sends it for you. And then you have a whole bag of beans to be cleaning up or to destroy your life with, right? So this is the thing. Don't email out of anger on this day. Speak with precision. Speak from a place that is clear, not from your ego. Okay, right? Let me just give you a real life example because I feel like I could word salad this to death and I do not want to do that. Let's say that you've had a client or something for a while, or clients or something like that you've been connected to. And you've been wanting to disconnect, but you haven't known exactly how to make this happen. This is a day where the truth, without you actually needing to do so much, maybe you just voice it to the universe. You're like, please make the perfect pathway for me to be done with these clients, to be done with this partner, to be done with this job, right? And let the universe cut it off where it needs to be cut off. And it will likely be done in a way that is not as reckless. It might be jolty, but it's not reckless. So Saturday, I think, is a great day for breakthroughs, right? Sometimes you have to have a breakdown before you have a breakthrough, but it is going to be broken in some way that is going to be about liberation. Anything that you need to do that innovates your thinking or gets you into a new position. Saturday is a great day for that, but it is also on the agenda to be overreactive. So just pay a little bit of attention. Okay, Sunday, when we're coming around to the 18th, it's another busy day. So to be clear, your busy days this week are certainly Monday, and then definitely Sunday. Okay, so on Sunday, Jupiter is going to come into a sextile with Chiron. I love this. This is wonderful. When a sextile is present, it's a pocket of opportunity, and then we intelligently take action. So it's not like a trine where the opportunity is there and you can go to it or you can miss it. In a sextile, it's there and I'm in action on it. So with Jupiter in the sextile to Chiron, healing. This is a beautiful healing balm. You've likely learned something from this week or something's come up from the past and you're seeing it differently, right? Like you're learning through the wounds instead of just hurting through the wounds now, especially if they were wounds about your identity, about your self-worth, about needing to take some kind of courage. If any of these parts of you, very Aries, Chiron and Aries, were feeling broken or feeling held back, you might find yourself, first of all, forgiving someone, right? You're like, I forgive me, hoponopono, I forgive me, I forgive you. That's a massive one. I forgive myself for my past failures. I forgive this other person for their past failure. And it's an acknowledgement with Jupiter here that it's okay to grow. It's okay to grow, and hopefully an acknowledgement that you did grow. So you're seeing it where you're learning through the wound. Something else that can happen here is that somebody comes to you with a situation that you were wounded around and you're not wounded in that way anymore, and you can help them. And it's like you're talking to them about it and you're saying, forgive them, because if you don't, you stay trapped. And by saying it to them, they get to heal and you get to have the Chiron side of that teacher, and then you're also healing as well. I think it's a beautiful energy. Now, at the same time, Jupiter is going to be in a square to the North Node. So some of this trust the universe might be a little bit more challenging because it would challenge our old beliefs, our old belief systems, our old philosophies about what that means, because you might be feeling like your values are clashing in some way, right? My values are clashing with a direction that I know I want or I need to go, but I feel like I maybe don't have the capacity, or I don't have the willingness, or I don't have the information to actually let go and go in that direction. So maybe it's like you could have a beautiful, deep heart-to-heart with someone that you really love, and you find out, our truths actually don't align here, right? Our truths do not align here. But instead of going into a fight and going into being triggered, instead of going into I'm right, you're wrong, you go at this at a little bit of a place where you're more like, okay, I'm just more curious. Allow me to gain a little bit more information or perspective or experience to see maybe what I don't know here. Or you're having an important conversation with someone and you realize that your truths and your values don't align and you go, oh my God, we are really not on the same page and I need to make a decision. Very much so in alignment, I think, with some of what the Scorpio full moon is bringing up. You know, if it's just true, it might be true, but question if it's true or if it's only the end of your current reality. Sunday is a great day, I think, for forgiveness. It's a good spiritual learning and spiritual kind of dojo day for us, but it's also really, really good for healing and creativity and anything that makes it feel like it's a day where there is some balm and some salve to come over your heart and your wounds and the places of you that just need something delicious and soft, and to be reminded that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be okay. And more than anything in this journey, it is okay and expected and beautiful to grow. All right, my beautiful friends, I hope you have a gorgeous week. There's going to be 2 videos that pop up here. One is absolutely that full moon in Scorpio video, because I hope you sit down and take it in, not just for the message, but for those of you who are learning to speak the language of astrology as well. I hope you take it in for the astrology portion, because I walk through those aspects for you. And if you're ready to go a little bit further, come and join me at GAFA, where we're literally learning to speak the language of astrology. So whatever you need, check it out. I've got good stuff that'll help you on your journey at the end of this video as well. I love you a ton, and I will see you next week.